Well, many questions are rising over security in Nigeria. The big one is, will the president rejig the country's security architecture? Well, you heard Speaker Dogara say that something is in the offing, and if indeed the security structure is eventually tweaked, would this be the long-awaited answer to the many security challenges Nigeria faces? Well, let's get the conversation started. Joining me on the program tonight is a security expert and a former police officer, Vanderfin James. Welcome to the program. Mr. Vanderfin, thank you for joining us on Politics Today. You are from Plateau State and a former CSP. You're welcome to the program, a former CSP. Plateau State has enjoyed relative peace for some time now. What do you think happened suddenly to change the situation of things there, the security situation?
Well, thank you so much. I want to make one correction there. I am from Benue State. I'm not from Plateau State, but I'm a Nigerian, and what affects Plateau affects any other person also. What happened in Plateau is a very sad incident that every right-thinking Nigerian should condemn it. But I think just as the speculations are, it is the quest for survival in terms of animals and humans. And one side feels that the animals have more rights than the humans, and the other side feels the animals shouldn't have the right to graze around them. But I think the most important thing is to find out whether these explanations that or the reasons advanced for these killings are really true or not. If the Mietala is saying that the killings were because of the stealing of 300 cows, then I think it is something that the federal government should move in swiftly and arrest these people and ask them. Because if you park your car somewhere and the car goes missing, you don't have to come and start shooting everybody around your area that you lost a car around there. So it is better to arrest those who are real owners of these cows to find out who they hired to come in to cause this kind of killings. Because if we continue playing lip service that we are going to change ABCD, these killings will continue. And if you look at the killings in Benue, in Plateau, in Adamawa, the trend has always been the same. So the most important thing now is that we have the suspects, we have the complainants. So why not just arrest those who graze these cows, to produce those who they hired to come and do this kind of killings? That is the only way we should be able to have a step further in trying to see how we can caution these kind of things.
Attention to the fact that the Mieti Allah had actually come out this morning on our program and said that they are not responsible for this particular killing in Plateau State. But I'd like to ask you also that how best do you think security agencies can work with the communities to put an end to these killings?
Well, the best thing to do is intelligence gathering by the communities to security agencies, because you don't have policemen all over the places. You don't have an army all over the places. The most important way to gather intelligence is through the kings, the chiefs, and then the civil society leaders in these communities. They should be able to give promptly information to the police that they are suspecting ABCD could happen. When that is done, the police can be maybe proactively moving to these areas and forestall whatever could have been planned to take place in these areas. But where information is not given to the police on time or security agencies on time, there's nothing the police can do or the army can do to make sure such killings didn't take place. So, but if the chiefs or traditional rulers are able to work in hand with the police, work together with the agencies that are supposed to provide security for them and give them advanced information, because they have these things at the back of their minds, they know, they hear gossips. They are planned on a way to make sure these attacks take place. And if there are stealing of cows around the area, it is also important that the police can move in swiftly if the reports are made to them to make sure that those they suspect are arrested, so that it will be that you are not just taking sides, that you are only looking at those who are killing, but you're looking at those who are also killing, who are stealing. Because the excuses have always been that cows are stolen. That is why reprisals are taking place. So if intelligence is shared between the locals and the security agencies, I think most of these things will be curtailed.
Okay, former governor of the state, John Ajang, and the current senator representing Plateau North has actually said in a statement that the citizen apathy because of the military's approach to responding to these situations. So how effective do you think passing information between citizens or from citizens to the military will be if they've lost confidence in the security operatives?
Well, yeah, it's true. If you give information and you feel it's realistic and it's not worked upon, then you'll be disappointed. But I think at the level of a senator and the former governor of the state, he can draft to the office of the Inspector General of Police and give him first-hand information, and I think that will be worked upon. He can go to the officer on the ground in Plateau there and give information. It can be handled promptly. But if you want to pass information from the divisional police officer, he may find it difficult to process it to the appropriate authorities on time. Because within the cycle, you need to send signals, you need to code most of these things. Someone has to decode it and then put it on the table for the person who is going to order for implementation to look at. So it is foolhardy for a governor to say that he lost confidence in trying to give intelligence to security agencies. He can walk to the office of the most highest security apparatus here and give intelligence to them, and I assure you that can be taken care of. But in most cases, we discover that people complain information are not processed the way they feel it should be done, because if it is not really intelligence you bring to the police or to the army that we feel is correct. The army or the police will still have to sit down and take a look at it, do underground work to find out whether you are not giving the biased information or you are not trying to cause more damage to the intelligence you are bringing. So it is not every information you pass on that you feel is authentic. It must be processed to be sure that you are not just going to act blindly for the information you receive from a highly placed person like a governor. So most of the times, the intelligence you receive, you must be sure that one, it is going to give you the needed result, and two, it's authentic, and three, you are not going to walk into an ambush. That is why in most cases people feel what they tell the police is not what the police go to do or do it on time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Van der Ven. We'll take a moment now, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Don't go away.